There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Just had to wait for my microphone to warm up there and just say hello to us all. Yes, you're all very welcome to the show tonight. Yeah, there was no sound there for a minute. Probably better off saying you're all saying, in fact, you're better off without the sound. But yeah, how's all doing? Yeah, here on this cold Monday. Yeah, but what else would you be doing here at the moment? Yeah, so you're very welcome, Jodie O'Driscoll. How's it going? How are you, Tina McFadden? Frank Gillespie, how's it going, Frank? He's all the way over there in, let me think, it's not San Francisco, is it Seattle or somewhere like Frank, you could tell me. Davy Kyo, good evening to you. How's it going? Him and Davy Kyo and Frank Gillespie are at it already about the football. Yeah, they're going on about it. Who else we got on there? Phyllis, how's it going? Jared McQuillan. How's it going, Jared? All the way down there in the county of the Offaly, down in Bohr. You're very welcome. Yeah, he's all very welcome to the whole lot. Boston's finest. Yeah, sorry, yeah, Frank. I couldn't think where you were about place in the state. That's terrible, isn't it, Frank? Shocking. We weren't actually talking about, we'd love to do a show with, get your wife on board and to do, maybe do a Brendan Gray special. That'd be a good night, wouldn't it? That'd be actually be a great night for everyone because some mad stuff like that. Yeah, have a bit of a laugh. Zena, hello, how's it going? How are you? You forgive me, Frank D. That's okay. That's all. I need some forgiveness at this stage. I'm not whiskey in with me tonight. I had loads of whiskey last night, so I said, no, I'm not having whiskey tonight. It's a bad idea. I have a bottle of Coke sitting in here. That might do me. Then again, I did promise I'd bring me whiskey on the show, didn't I? Maybe I should do that. Linda O'Neill, how are you doing? Let me see. Am I saying hello to everyone? Am I missing anyone? Jackie Carty, hello. How are you? Sometimes the texts go up and up, and I probably skip by one. So if I do, forgive me. There's one or two people going on to be saying, Anto, you never said hello to me, and I'm sorry about that. If it does go up and it skips one or two, so I wanted to say hello to loads of people. Including Anne Doyle. I want to say hello to Anne and also Marie Butler. They're all on there. Yeah, we put a great night together for Brendan Gracie. That'd be a good night, Frank, wouldn't it? If we could have a bit of laugh. I used to love him doing all the bottler stuff. Hey, bottler. Yeah, it was great, all that stuff. He used to play down in Clontarf Castle quite a lot, doing a lot of his shows down there. He's very popular down in Clontarf Castle down there. It's a lovely castle the way they've done it all up, you know. James Brown, hey Anto, I can't believe you're not getting the free whiskey at this stage. No, you think old Conor McGregor or something would send me down a bottle of proper 12 at this stage, but no, I like the old Jameson, yeah. No one's sending me down the old free whiskey at all, James, you know. None, nobody. They don't love me enough. I'm not loved enough. But also, you can sponsor the show as well. You can sponsor us on PayPal, or you can Revolut us if you want to sponsor the show. And what we use the money for is just for streaming, stuff like that. We have to pay for streaming and all that sort of stuff, and behind the works stuff there. So we have Stevie Carroll in the background there as well. He's knocking around in the background. We have a few people coming up on the show that we have lined up, and we will announce them all coming up. We haven't really been pushing as much as we did when we first came out with the show at the very beginning. We had like mountains and mountains of people, but we didn't want to push it to the maximum just yet. But I think we might push the boat out a little bit more. Marie, hello, how are you? Dottie Preston, how's it going, buddy? How are you keeping? I'm good. I'm doing all right so far. So far, so good. No COVID or anything like that. I don't really want to get there. Hello, Anne. How are you? Anne Doyle and Linda O'Neill. How's it going? Yeah, I was watching. I have to say now, I was watching one of the Sky reports on obviously Sky News, and they were showing a ward full of people. I thought it was a really difficult or hard piece. It's kind of, it really hit home when you look at it. I know it was in the UK, but still, you were talking to a gentleman on it, and he was saying he felt really poorly, and all he wanted to do, he just said he missed his wife. And then to hear then a few hours later that the man passed away, it was shocking. Well, it was shocking for me, and for people to turn around and say there's no COVID and open up the place, and all these people in town protesting and all that sort of stuff. Because they were saying what would you have to do to people and stuff like that are in the, because when you have that and you have a tube down your throat and you're in George Tierney, we should have got you on tonight. I think we go for Wednesday. What do you reckon, George? We get you on. We get you on, George Tierney. We get him on probably Wednesday. We give you a bell, or give us a bell, and we get you on. But I was looking at that Sky report, and they're just telling people some of the stuff that they don't know. What happens is when you go into hospital and they have to start helping you with a machine. So when you go in there, Vicky, how's it going? How are you doing? And Dale, how's it going, buddy? Andrew Farrell, Laytown's calling Mr. Beard. You don't miss the beard, you really don't. But anyway, before I get off what I was talking about, quick, I'll say hello to everyone now in a second, because it does go up, and I'm sorry if I skip you. I don't really mean to do that. Dave Simpson, how's it going? No, but the Sky report just showed, they said what happens is what they have to incubate, put a tube down your throat. They put you into kind of a coma state, so, you don't... I broke my phone, and I'll see if we can get a new one before that. Yeah, do, George. Just get a phone. We'll ring you on any sort of phone at all, George. So what they have to do is they have to put you into a coma like state when you're in the machine. But they're saying like they have to look after all your basic human needs when you're in that bed. So each patient have like you could be in that coma, your eyes could be open or closed, and they said you have to put the likes of fluids in your eyes and stuff like that to keep your eyes moist, because you're now in this kind of coma-like state. And then you've got all the other human needs. You have to go to the bathroom. That's going on. The machine's keeping you alive. You've all sorts of stuff going on. And for people to say that it's not real, no, it's real. It's real. And then with the new strains that are coming out, I'm not trying to frighten people, but I am trying to. There is people out there. I hate the people that are saying that it doesn't exist and that it's a planned demic. Definitely not. Definitely not. You have to get over that stuff, guys. It's not. And then with these new variants, the best thing we can do is just try. So people having parties, like we're having parties the other night, so watching the McGregor fight and stuff like that in houses and stuff like that. It's only when your dad or something like that is in hospital or stuff like that, Let me see. I just want to just bail on here. There's a couple of people saying hello. Norris Stevens, how's it going, Norris? How's it going? I haven't heard from you in a little while. By all means, Norris, give us a bell on the show. You can give me a bell if you want. It's no problem at all. I'd love to hear from you. Peter Carroll, how's it going? Michelle Condren, how are you? I'm all good. Dave Simpson, how's it going? Everyone's on board tonight. George Tierney, we'll get him back on Wednesday. We'll try to see if we can get him on Wednesday. Maybe give us a bell, George, at some stage, or we'll ring you one or the other. James Brown, COVID is real. He's saying it's not a nice thing to have. People really need to stay at home. It's really that serious. I can't believe some people still treat it so lightly because of cop on guys. So now I know James had the COVID. Now I'm not too sure how bad, but I don't think he got sick of some of these people who are getting. You're probably just one of the lucky ones, but there is after effects and loads of after effects, and there's a couple of people I know, including Marie there. She had it as well, and she lost her taste. And then the other thing was your breathing takes ages to come back. So there's loads of other things. So it is a real thing. So that piece of footage on Sky was very eye-opening, to say the least. You know what I mean? So you have all these people in town and stuff like that protesting, saying the HSE did. I don't know who's that Ellen that's be in town with a crutch or whatever it is, going around the place screaming. What's going on there with all that sort of stuff? You know what I mean? There's loads of people in town say open up. I know people are frustrated, but you can be frustrated or die. So there's a lot of stuff that everyone's trying to deal with. Everyone's trying to get their heads all around this. And yeah, we are losing thousands and millions and all that, but we'll get there if we just keep if we group together. But people ain't grouping. Well, that's the problem. They're grouping together, literally. Let me see. And yeah, by all means, you can give me a call. There's the number there. It's 087 168 4468. Give me a bell. Did anyone see the Sky report. I mean, just there we go. That's the number. You can give me a bell on that there. So if you want to give me a number, you can call me on that. My name's Anthony Walker, and this is the Walker Talker Show. So you can give me a bell. So Grace Darcy, how's it going, Grace? How are you? What about me? Grace also had the COVID at one stage, and she was hospitalised. I know you were pretty sick in hospital with that as well. And when people come out, they say, "No, don't take. It's not a flu." People go around and say it's a flu. It's flu season. No, you get the flu. It's a flu. You get COVID. Okay, some people, it's like a roulette wheel. You could get it and just not even know you had it, and someone else can get it. And I seen a guy on them. I don't know what they called you, the American host. What's her name? Ellen. And there was a guy there. He's 54. Gym going guy, really healthy, doing everything that he should, living the dream. And he got it. And he went to the hospital and they put him into a coma. But when he woke up, it's like he had frostbite. So all the tops of his fingers, they had to take off all the tops of his fingers and his toes from the bad circulation. Because when you get COVID, people don't know you get blood clots not only in your lungs but in your blood circulation. So that's what happens. So he had to get off all the tops of his fingers. And the thing when I was watching him, he was happy enough to get that done just to be alive. So, there's a lot to be said about, like, you have to let me see. Mary Ellen O'Sullivan, all the way down, she's all the way down in Cork. She always says hello. Yeah, how's it going? How are you doing, Mary? All the way down there. She said, "Oh yeah, I remember the time, the radio station, the time we saw MJ in concert in 1997. I think that was the History Tour, wasn't it? Yeah, Mary, you indeed, yeah. And I remember down in Cork, I went to see Michael Jackson down there in Park Quave down in Cork, in the 1988 in the World the Bad Tour. That was great. That was." Matty Murphy, far from a flu. I had no flu-like symptoms at all. Right, okay, so Matt, you know no flu-like symptoms at all. So did you have any symptoms? Because like some people get no symptoms and they don't even know they had it, and some people will probably just lose their taste, and then some people are absolutely crippled with it. You know what I mean? So it's a roulette. It's just a roulette. It's just down to how strong your immune system is or what's going on in your body, because we don't know, because you're going around with these things and you don't know there's something going on with you. Jared McQuillan, yeah, Norris is on there. So I mean, Norris, by all means, give us a bell on the show. That's the number there. Give us a bell on the show there, and you can if anyone wants to give me a call on that number, 087 168 4468, give me a bell. Or if you had the COVID and if you had it bad, or even if you only had a little bit, give me a bell if you want. You can call me on the. Hang on a second. I'll just make sure that I have my. Be handy if I had my phone charged, wouldn't it? It'd be nice. Hang on a second. There we go. Give me a second, and I'll turn my phone on. It'd help if I had my phone on, wouldn't it? Now, you can also get me on 087 264 3356 if you want to get me on that. We'll turn on our show phone. Getting very fancy. A show phone. Imagine we have a show phone. Yeah, we do, yeah. I get more coverage on my show phone than I do my own phone. Yeah, Vodafone, yeah. James Brown, he's saying hello to Nordis. Nordis is on there as well. Mick McLaughlin, how's it going? How are you, Mick McLaughlin? We had Mick on there as well. Busking going down the street there. You got loads of views on that, Mick, didn't you? Walking down the street singing, what song was it? It was a ballad there. Oh, I can't think of the song, but I was watching it. Great. You got a couple of 100,000 views or something on that, did you? Something like that. You went kind of viral on that one. It was a great bit of coverage for you, which is great. You did well deserved too, Now, let me see. Is my phone? Here we go. Hang on. How's it going? Hello.
Anthony.
Hello. How's it going? Who's that?
It's Grace.
Grace. How are you? Grace.
How's it going?
Grace Cardi. Now, you did have the COVID, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Right now,
I think the whole world knows that I had that.
yeah. But how bad was it for you?
Well, Anto, I have to tell you, you know, me whole idea about this, I get seriously pissed off when I hear the shite that comes out of people's mouths about it, because I say it all the time, unless you had it really bad, you'll never understand the extent of it.
Right. So
it's great, as I said to you, for anybody who has had a walk in the park, they had a little sniffle, cold, brilliant temperature, you're grand with a few paracetamol. But I was kind of, it's going to sound real hypocritical, because I was kind of the same until I got so sick. I thought to myself, surely this is not as bad as they're making out, and until I hit rock bottom and I ended up in James's. And then when I went through what I went through and what I seen, frightened the living daylights out.
So you when I'd say, so you were on a ward probably with other COVID patients.
Yeah, when I went in first, you see, I collapsed because my heart was walking overdrive and there was no oxygen going into my body. But I mean, I wasn't breathless. I was just mad green. I was after being sick for weeks and I was isolating. I was after being tested. The tests came back negative. Then 2 more came back with just no results. There was no positives, no negatives. So
That's
I got
bizarre,
tested when I went through, like in James's, in the A&E. And I have to say, I got 3 tests done when I was there. And 3 of them came back with no results, and the 4th one did. So you have to feel it to get a result, like, because the first ones that I got, you just couldn't even feel them. They tipped off the back of my throat, top of my nose. That was it. And then the final one when it came back. But you see, I woke up when you said about that waking up, like, you know, with tubes in you. Thankfully, I never went to ICU. But when I went in, I did collapse because I couldn't breathe, and I was just all over the place. My heart was really racing, and for a second I just went bang, and I woke up and I had everything. Tubes going here, and I did about 4 drips in my arms, all different masks. I was on 5 different masks when I was on it because they had to lower down the extent of oxygen, like, over time. But it's fine, and like, because I had to go into a H&H ward, they call it, which is,
what is that?
Basically just, it's like an observation ward, but no one can come near you. Like, I didn't see anybody. They're all outside, covered in plastic from head to toe. I was in there on my own, didn't know what was happening. And I was there for 3 days until I got my test back. And then they put me into a COVID ward with 3 other people when I started to kind of come around. Do you know what I mean?
Was there anyone in the COVID ward when you were there that didn't come out?
Well, when I was there was 4 people in the H&H ward in the space of about 20 hours, I'd say. And the youngest was 21, taken to ICU. She was rolled by me when I was in my ward, because I couldn't come out, and you could just see through the blinds. They pulled the blinds, and they brought her up to ICU. And I still, to this day, I don't know if that little one ever came out.
See, that's the type of age group that they're not telling people about. That they need to, because they told everyone that mainly older people get it. All the younger people are feeling like, it's okay, we're okay, we've got the golden pass. But when you hear of somebody actually 25 getting wheeled down to ICU, I mean, they need to tell people, 20-year-olds. I mean, there was a guy 19 who was on Sky there the other day, and he was talking about it, and he was only 19. He's trying to tell all the younger folks, look, anybody can get this, but because they made it out that older people mainly get it. I mean,
look at that youngster that was on the news.
Yeah, he's only 19.
Only in his 20s, and he learned how to walk and all again.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I 100% and to have after effects. Not me breathing, because thankfully me breathing is a lot better than it ever was. But I suffer terrible with my legs. Right. With my limbs. I have extreme pain from day. Like, I mean, I was in bed the last 3 days.
Well, I
couldn't even walk.
I don't know if anyone's seen that Sky report. It's only when they showed the man, and he was a delivery driver. He done deliveries. He drove a van or a truck, and he's sitting there. And you were asked, the Sky reporter asked him how did he feel, and he said, I feel really, really bad. He said, really sick. And he said, have you anything like, what do you want to say? He said, I really miss my wife. I just want to go home. And then just to hear that a few hours later, then the man passed away. I couldn't believe it, because he looked like there was hope for him, and he looked like, there was something there.
There were an elderly couple there somewhere in Kildare that passed away the weekend. A mother or a granny and a granddad. within space of so many hours, both of them had COVID.
Wow. Because everyone is. When I see all the people in town now, and there's still all the people who come on every now and again, and all they do is they just keep saying, "Oh, it's a pandemic. It's not real," and open up the shops. It's easier said than done because it's like Russian roulette when you get this thing. And now with there's apparently 3 new variants of it. One from South America, one from Brazil, and
Africa, I think.
Yeah, I think there's an African one. So there's 3 variants as well as the own one. And now they're not sure if the vaccine's going to cover that. They're not actually positive about that yet. They did say that when I was
Look,
watching
come here, Ando. It's like everything. They don't even know if this is really going to work in a real world.
No.
You know, they're only trying it.
No. So, but like when people were asked to try and isolate and stuff like that, they just didn't. They didn't do it.
See, I think something that's not really going into people's heads is when I was in hospital, just for example, I heard people saying, "Oh, sure, I'm grand now. I'm not getting it. So when I come out of the hospital, I'm immune."
Yeah,
that's complete and utter bullshit.
Yeah, well, the other thing. Okay, let's say you are immune for. They say you're immune for 3 or 4 months. Okay.
No.
Isn't that what they say?
The doctors will tell you, even the specialist that I was under there, right?
Yeah.
Brian. Okay. Dr. Brian. He told me out straight when I said it to him, because I was under different teams that came in to see me while I was there.
Okay.
And he told me out straight because I was asking him, because people were saying, "Oh, I heard it," people that have already had it, that were on Facebook, that said, "Oh, the HIV or the HSE has told me I'm immune to it. I have that on paper." The HSE will not give you paper to say that you're immune to it because they do not know enough about it as it is.
No, they haven't a clue.
Right? They haven't a clue about it. They're learning every day, and this is something that people need to get into their heads as well. So, I mean, let's be honest, it's not a big conspiracy like with every fucking every government.
Everyone
doctor
keeps saying that shit, and
I mean, they're not going to control the whole world. Like,
I said this before. Not all the governments get on. They just don't get
on together, and just say, right, we'll come up with this and we'll keep this all in because we just want to do it for the crack of it.
Microchips in you. And look, it's not that at all. This is happening. People are actually dying. But when I seen that man, and it just kind of opened my eyes, going, hang on a second, this guy's that's been walking the talk, and he looked like he was gonna, I hoping he's saying he got out a week later or he's getting out tomorrow, but he didn't. The man passed away. So
yeah, well, I mean, I said to them when I was feeling that bit better, and I'll be honest with you, I mean, there was elderly people in the ward with me, and there was a girl beside me that I know,
right,
and I was saying, like, the 2 elderly people that were ahead of me, like, there was 4 of us. When I got my test back and they were positive, I was put into a ward with 3 other patients that had COVID. So we were all positive, so it made no difference. Do you know what I mean? We were all riddled anyway, so it didn't make a difference. But there was elderly people there, there's people that, them elderly people hadn't a clue, what was going on. One of them had dementia and then the other one was kind of just in early stages. I mean, she walked the walls all night because she couldn't understand why her family weren't allowed in to see her. It was heartbreaking. Deco said, I was wrong crying on the phone, and I was saying, if people were allowed to come up to the ward, and obviously you can't because it's, for obvious reasons, but it's these people that are really delusional and think that it's not real. I mean, I know there's people skeptic and they've their ideas about it, but people that blatantly say it's not real, like, how can they actually stand in front of somebody and say it's not real when there's fucking hundreds of people, thousands of people, that have had it, and millions worldwide, like, how mad does that even sound?
Yeah, because one of the things is, like, what I was going to say to you earlier on was, like, okay, let's say you did have and you did think you were immune for, say, a couple of months.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Okay, now just imagine you say you did. Well, like, I mean, does that not make you still, like, you could still be a carrier? You know what I mean? You could probably come home and kill your mum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you see, when I had it, I was at the bane of my mum's because I thought I had a cold and I was worried sick because my mum's 79 and I was in Deco's mum's. And then with Deco recovering from cancer and all. Now, when we were both sick, Deco got tested as well and he was negative. The kids, I still isolated in my house because I was freaked out thinking, that's a bit peculiar. And then when I started to feel a bit better, I thought to myself, I'll drop down to my mass, and now, thankfully, none of them got sick. And the Saturday that I collapsed when I went to James's, I was at the Bernard Deco's mass house.
Right. So
you know, so I was freaked out then, and I told the HSE where I was at the bin, and they said, "You see, this is where it's very peculiar because I had it for 2.5 weeks before I ended up in hospital."
Right.
So when I got to the hospital, they said to me, "You know, this is what I'm saying to you about. They've all different kind of ideas on it because I still had to isolate for 2 weeks from the date that my test came back positive, even though I had been sick for 2.5 weeks before that." And then they cut it from 2 week period of isolating to 10 days. But I had been in James's anyway.
Right.
So I didn't have to isolate when I came out. So altogether then I was 6 weeks. When I came out then I was sick still for, I think altogether I had it for like 6 weeks. But they go from the day, even though I had been sick. I know it's confusing, but it's because that's how they're learning about it. They were told while I was in hospital, the 2 weeks, it was 14 days that you had to isolate, and then they cut it down to 10 days. And now it's 7 days. You see, this is what the doctors were saying to me when I was in hospital. It's realistically 7 days that you have to isolate for, but they put it on the 3 extra days just in case you had pre-symptoms, you know, before you went in. It's just, I know it's very confusing, but as they said to me,
it is confusing because
they're only learning.
Yeah, they're only learning too, but people really get pissed off when, you know, when they did have the pubs open and they're saying, okay, you have to have food to have a point. You have
but that's just bull.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
and you see, I think as well, Dawando, it's not even about. I understand people frustrated and the world over. I'm sure, like everybody's frustrated because they can't do what they like to do. But I think the main problem with it is it's the way the government are handling it. It's, you know, they're picking and choosing what they think is safe, you know, for you to do. I mean, it makes no fucking difference if you go into a pub and have a meal and have 10 drinks while you're there in the space of 2 hours to get pissed. Or if you go in and have 10, it makes no fucking difference. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just stupid. I mean, I walked into Home Store Mall the other day, and you can walk straight in, up here beside me, and I couldn't buy candles, but I could buy a diffuser, which was right beside it. I mean, they're the same fucking thing. Do you like them?
No, some of these things just is just not making sense. You know what I mean?
No, it's things like that to have people going, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that's just ridiculous. You can go in and buy a vase in one shop, you can go into Home and you can buy anything.
I know.
Cushions, mirrors. You can't buy pictures on Home Store Mall, but you can buy duvet sets.
All right, there's a couple of people on here. I just want to see what they're saying here. By the way, you can catch us on YouTube and on Facebook. This is live. You can share this. If you can share this on your page now, great if you could. So we're coming to you live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you can share that on your page, it'd be fantastic, and then other people can get to see us. Now we just have. Let me see. There's a couple of people there. Just give us 1 sec, Grace. I'll just tell you.
Yeah, go on, Manto.
Yeah, Ambrose O'Shea, he's saying COVID is real. But when you see the police find a man going outside his 5K for a swim, instead of going to building sites, meat factories, airports, people they're doing their best to obey the guidelines, and they pick on an easy target instead. We know COVID is rampant. So, I suppose it is a hard thing to police, isn't it? 5K, you know what I mean? I know what Ambrose is saying as well. People in the, in all these in other buildings, and they're going to visit other people outside their 5K, and they're not helping the situation. I understand exactly what you're saying, Ambrose. And to find a guy who's going in for a swim, I think swims, walks, all that sort of stuff should be just exempt from all of that, because these people are trying their best to be away from other people. If you're going for a bit of exercise, clear your head and get out of there. So that's what do you think of things like that, Grace?
Well, I think now, I've said it to Declan like before, I mean, you have to think on the other side, people's mental health.
Definitely.
About this. I mean, I wasn't great at the start before I even got this.
I'm not great now. I'm not even, like, you do go a little slightly stir crazy, because you do.
Yeah, it's just Groundhog Day. Like, you get up, you have your breakfast, you get washed, you get dressed, you clean the house or whatever you do, you go out with the kids, you come home, you're doing the same thing. It's just every day. But I think as well, some people can I suppose, they can control what they do better than others with their mental health. Some people suffer worse with it. But at the start of March, I was really bad before I got it. And I think now that I caught it, and I've been as sick as I was, I'm not as frightened as I used to be. So I just try and think of more positive things. And I don't watch telly. I don't read stuff on social media anymore about it. I don't watch the news.
Don't watch as much.
I don't listen to the radio, because I know about it. We all know about it. And at the end of the day, you listen to it a million times every day. the same stuff. It's not helping people. We all know about it, and I think you just need to take a little step back for your own mental health and just think what works for you. Because what works for you might work for me. You know what I mean? I think people just need to do their own things and kind of just...
Well, I think you're right, but the reason why I brought it up tonight now was because of, like, I was flicking by. I actually just came... when I walked into the kitchen, it was on Sky News and somebody left the telly on the house.
It's never off it.
And went out, and it just I think it just was rolled over onto that. I don't know what it was, and I just seen, actually, it was just kind of getting into that report. But when you see that there's different strains of it now, things are kind of at their peak. They're worse than they ever were, and everyone is trying to you kind of have to kind of keep learning what's going on as well as turning off the telly and not watching loads of it. But you do, probably once a week, you do need to kind of catch up. Okay, how
yeah,
we
well, you need
now?
to keep... Look, come here, as I said, nothing is going to change whether you watch it or you don't. It's still around and it's not going anywhere. That's what, because like that, people will not do. But I sound very hypocritical, because at the end of the day, I did do everything that I thought I could have done to prevent myself from getting it, and I still got it. When I said this to Jenny when I was on the show there the last time, I said I'd done everything in my own possible strength to stop myself from getting it, and I thought I was protecting myself and all the family.
Yeah.
So it's just...
It's such an easy thing to pick up. Like, apparently you can pick it up so easy. I just want to say hello to Jade Mooney all the way over in Lanzarote as well. She's listening to the show, and I know they're on a bit of a lockdown as well in Lanzarote now as well. Spain is starting to...
Yeah, because when we were over there now in November, when all the gang was over there, it was great to get away, as I said to you, and we done everything that we... And I did go away, and I know some people might say, oh, well, you shouldn't have and whatever, but I did, and I done what I wanted to do at the end of the day. There's millions of people out there, and they want to do what they want to do, and they do it, so people can judge me on that. That's their own problems at the end of the day, but... I enjoyed myself, and life's too short, and I said, I don't care, I'm going to go away, and I had a great time, and it was brilliant over there because you felt so much safer. A lot of the Spanish and even the people that were over there, they abided by what they should have been doing. The hand sanitizers were everywhere. You couldn't go into a shop or a restaurant without them greeting you at the door with it. The same way your mask to the toilet, wear it outside, you know what I mean, on the beach, you could take it off at the pool and whatever.
Was that on the first lockdown you done that?
No, it was there, gone back in November.
So you went over. Okay,
yeah.
So I know they're what they're doing is
they're worse now.
They're cutting out all international travel at the moment.
But come here, they should have done that last year.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's like it's going back to when China knew about it for the Chinese New Year. Like they let 30 million flights or something come out of China to so many different countries. So there you go. I mean, they knew about it, and they still let them travel all over the place.
Right. So
and they still continue. They're aware of it now, a year on, and they're still letting flights go everywhere.
No, they are. They're still going everywhere. Everyone is, let me see what else is. James Brown says, Anto, there's still crowds of young people hanging around. Surely to God, their parents must know they're out of the house, and a lot of
they don't care.
No, they don't care, because I even passed there the shopping centre. Over where I am, over at Dunn's here. I'm based here in Finglas. And when it comes to night time, then all the younger generation, the teenagers, all gather there when the shops close.
Yeah.
So they all gather there, the only ones...
You see them up here, like out on their bikes, all over when I get out to my ma's and that.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Now, in saying
they're everywhere. And come here, Anto, let's be honest, when you were that age as well, you would have wanted to do it. But, I mean, it's hard for kids. But, like that, there's so much... I mean, we hadn't got all the stuff that the kids have now indoors. Like, you can go onto the internet, you can do what you want. It's not like, if I hear a child saying I'm bored, like, I don't want to smack them in the head, because years ago, people didn't have that, whereas now... They have everything to sit indoors anyway. The parents just don't care, because if they're not in underneath their feet, they don't give a shit.
And let me say, I have Jade here. Jade, she's over in Lanzarote at the moment. Yeah. Okay, she's walking over there. She said, can we all think positive and sick of the corona? Where is the flu this year? Nothing not to be seen. Yes, people with underlying illness may suffer, and healthy people. Some of the flu is 80% people die from the flu every year. But now the corona, and it's a lockdown, absolute disgrace from some people lost the business. Some people lost the business and didn't get help off the government. It's all about control for the government. It took them years to invent the flu jab, and then get a vaccine for the corona in less than a year. But yeah, what about cancer, and where is the vaccine? A joke. So I don't know. That's a kind of a mixed kind of message, really, Jade. I know what you're saying. You're kind of saying, like, where is the flu? This year it's all coronavirus rather than the flu. And if you have a flu, they're telling you have the coronavirus. So I kind of get that kind of thing going on. But the lockdown is for a reason, because coronavirus is a roulette, and you don't know how it's going to affect you. That's why they're having the lockdown. Not only that, the hospitals just can't cope with the amount of people coming in at this stage.
But that's what I tried to explain, Andrew, when it went back. I understand people's frustration around that, but when you're in the hospital and you see how hard it is for the staff, people that work within the hospital, if you were a nurse working there and you were getting underpaid the way you were, or a catering staff or whatever, a cleaner, at the end of the day, do you want to go in and risk your life for €400 take home to look after other people when this is going on? When they get absolutely no praise for what they're doing. No. They're going in there day in, day out, risking their lives. Okay, they decided to do that as a job. But let's be honest, would you really, really want to work on a COVID ward? Or would you rather work like in the ward where you have a fracture clinic or something? You have people coming in getting normal surgeries from day to day. You know what I mean? You don't want to risk your life going in there. And I can understand why staff don't want to be doing it. And they're rushed off their feet, the ICU and everything. I've seen it hands on, and I think that's the main problem. As you said, it's nothing to do with it's more to do with the numbers and just the hospitals not being able to cope with the overload. Because that's what the main problem is. As I said to you, for anybody who has it and they stay at home, they isolate and they're healthy and they get back to normal, that's great. But it's when all these big numbers are coming together, clustered together, and they're not able to handle it.
Yeah.
Because we're not equipped for.
So I have Jade, she's still over there obviously, and she's saying they haven't shut down the borders. My friend arrived today, the plane was half full. That's the Lanzarote. She says the island needs tourism. Now I know the island needs tourism, but it doesn't need debt. It's we need to, where our work to from entertainment, people travelling everywhere. So, it's not just the island or anywhere in the world. It's the whole world. You have to look at the world is closed down, not just Lanzarote, not just Dublin, not just Finglas, the world. Not Cabra, not Wexford. It's closed down everywhere around the world. It's absolutely and utterly at its peak of where it can go. But now, with the new strains, now Jade's saying the hospitals over there are empty. Well, I don't know about that. I'm not quite sure about Spain.
Look, I've heard people saying about the hospitals being empty here, right? I'm going back there now on Friday, right, for my checkup. The hospitals are empty. Okay, the wards aren't empty, but the hospital itself is empty. Your woman you were talking about going around the crutch, can't think of her name now. She's embarrassing.
Who is that one that keeps going around saying this is
conspiracy
theory?
I can't think now.
And she's going around with her HSC.
You have me head done in now.
Facts and stuff like that.
She said 5G was responsible for it originally. I can't think of her name now. But anyway, she had a video up the other day, and she was in James Hospital. Right. Going around with the camera, showing the reception area and the outpatient lounge. When they're checking out, there's a discharge lounge. Yeah. And she went around with a video saying, "Look at this, nobody here and nobody there." They're not going to have people lying on fucking beds in the middle of the lobbies. How mad is she?
Yeah, go to the ward. They're not going to be all downstairs waiting on you.
The hospitals are empty because you don't want people around spreading it.
They're going to be
what I mean?
Yeah. But
come here.
Yeah,
your work could never be done with these people because you just can't. I understand what Jay means by that. Like people say the hospitals are empty. The hospitals are empty because they don't want anybody around, and you don't want anybody spreading it. You know, that's why they have the wards up in phase or private 1 and private 2 and James's. That's
Right.
where I was. You know, and I mean, they're kept away from everybody. They're different parts of the hospital and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, the normal wards, there's still normal people on normal wards.
Yeah, I mean, my wife, she had to go in and get she was lucky. She got in and had an operation, or a fourth big operation, but she's absolutely fine now. And
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, she was lucky that.
Hope she's well.
She's great. She's doing fantastic. She's starting to give out again, so that means she's all right.
Oh, then she's all right
Yeah,
then.
she's grand then. That means she's fine. And then even though like she was in the bathroom and she let a glass. Actually, it was a glass vase that we bought in. I think she got it in Aldi or Lidl, one of those. And she just took it up. It was a flower pot, a big glass kind of flower pot. She had a flower obviously inside it and a lovely glass. And she took it up to clean around the wipe water out. You know, she was at the only
Slice her finger.
no, she was getting out of the shower, and the whole bottom of the jar, it's like a big magnifying glass I had made out at the bottom, just completely fell out of the end, right? And it sliced her foot like a hatchet. And it cut the tendon in her big toe and the toe next to it, or 2 tendons. That's how deep it went. And she had to go in. She was on one of those scooters for about 6, no, about 3, just a little over 3 months, yeah. So like, but what I'm saying is, she had to like go into the hospital, Jordan, all that sort of stuff. So people are going in to get treated for other stuff as well. But at the moment now, it's gone so high that it's getting very difficult to go in and get seen for anything.
Yeah. Well, I think as well, the A&E as well, they're in and out. That's one thing that I did notice, that they're able to get you in and out in A&E much quicker than the hours. You know, like you'd be hours waiting around, whereas now they're straight in and they're trying to get you sorted. And
I know Jade is saying here it's all about money. I'm not too sure if that's what it's all about, to be honest with you. I don't think it's all about money.
But what's about money, like?
Yeah, what's about money? I know the big drug companies are going to make millions out of making vaccines. That's a no-brainer. But these people are kind of coming to our rescue. You know what I mean? Only for these people we would.
But sure, I mean, if the government, you know, at the end of the day, you don't have to pay for the vaccine. Everybody's entitled to it. So our own government aren't making any money from it. None of the governments are making money from it.
No, they'll all have to pay for it. They all have to pay for it. The governments are paying for it.
Yeah, so I mean, they're losing out. Why would they be doing something that they're going to lose out on money?
Yeah, the drug companies are making money.
Yeah.
Jade, stay away from Kevin. He's brainwashing you.
Come here, look, as I said to you, look, everybody always will have their own opinions on it. It's like everything. I mean, my opinion doesn't mean anything to somebody who believes their own. You know, everybody's different. I can't even put it into words because everybody has their own thought on it.
No, it's just that I brought it up there tonight just because of that man. And when you're looking at him talking, saying he misses his wife and he wants to go home, and then you just hear a few minutes later, then he's just passed. And that was on Sky News, so you can check that out, that report. They'll obviously rerun it again, you know. So
yeah,
and then
it's heartbreaking, you know, and especially elderly people that are in homes and everything. And I mean, I feel it for family. Anybody who has a loved one that's passing away, not from COVID, but anybody who's dying in general, you know. And I've seen videos of that woman as well in Cork. The mother was in, I don't know whether you've seen it on Facebook. The family were trying to get in. Their mother was dying in a home in Cork, and they wouldn't let the family in. And they wrote letters to the Minister for Health, and it was heartbreaking. Like, I was watching it the other day, and they were outside. They consistently are camping outside the home in Cork, and they won't let them in. Like, and that's just, you know, I said to Deco when I was so sick, I was convinced, Sandra, that I was going to die, and I know that sounds very, very dramatic.
Well, no.
But I was so afraid. That's the thing. When I was there in the room on my own all day, every day, and I really thought I was going to die, and I was saying, I'm going to die here. And I texted Deco and I said, I'm going to die here on my own, and nobody is going to be able to come in to see me. I can't see anybody.
Well,
and I was sitting there roaring, crying, and I was getting sick, and I was panicking, and everything. It was just horrible. And I said, anybody who had to go through it, if and when, because chances are most people will be hit by it at one stage. And when they do, that's when a reality will come in. I mean, anybody who's lost a parent or anybody belonging to them that they can't even go to the funeral to mourn. Like, I mean, do they really think that the government are that sick in the fucking head that they want people to go through this in life?
Yeah.
Do you know, like, let's be real. What sick bastard would sit at home and go, right, well, this is what I'm going to do now just to make
We're
this
going to fool them into getting this microchip.
Well, come here, that's going straight up into your brain. They'll be able to watch you now. The fucking aliens will be watching
See,
you
look,
now.
does it really matter? I mean, look at your lifespan and stuff like that. Did you say, there's a meteor coming for the air? Well, look, the sooner the fucking thing hits, the better.
Well, the only people that's destroying it is themselves. So there you go.
Apparently China's supposed to be okay and free from it now. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about China, if they are or not.
No, I know the numbers have went down, but didn't they open up a lot? Well, I think Wuhan, didn't that go back to normal because they were on top of it? But come here, it's not going anywhere, Anto.
No.
This is what people need to get into their heads. Like, the numbers will go down, and the reason they went back up, obviously, was Christmas, and they knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? They just have to bring this is going to keep happening every few weeks.
Yeah,
and,
it's going to be...
That's the cold reality. The numbers will go up.
Normal? What's the new normal, huh? What's the new normal for us? I mean, entertainment...
Well, I hate being sceptical, but I've just wrote off this year as well as a normal year, because
this year is gone. This year is worse than last year. It just so happened.
I mean, we're still in the shit every year, and nothing's really changed. It's going to be every few weeks. I'd say they lock down the country and then open it back up, and it's shit. But it's going to keep happening until there's a little bit. You know, the numbers will have to go back down. I mean, now what was the cases today? Even deaths.
I don't know what they were today, but I know they're up in the 2000s. The amount of people catching it.
I mean, they're higher than they were to begin with, weren't they, last year?
Oh, yeah, right through the Satan. Glenn Doak is saying, "Open the pubs, we won't mess. I promise."
He'd fucking mess on the side of the corner. That one, he's mental.
We would, yeah.
But I don't think. I mean, they can't blame the pubs this time round. Do you know what I mean? Like they can't just keep aiming at the pubs. I mean, that's just bullshit. I mean, they opened the cinemas, and now the cinemas are shut again. Look, I mean, I went to pictures when the lockdown, when they reopened them there at Christmas, and like there wasn't a sinner being in them. And even when we did go with the kids, like they were all marked. You know, no one was on top of each other. Like you stand in a queue outside the fucking shop, and then the minute you go in, everyone's on top of each other. It's ridiculous.
Garrett Donnery's telling me here there's 1,327, or I'm getting two different quantities here.
New cases.
Yeah, well, it was over 1,300 cases today alone. Like,
I suppose it went down. What would do? We're up in the 4.5?
Yeah,
4,500. Yeah, so I suppose coming down again.
2000s then, you know. But unless they open it up properly, I mean, there's going to be, like, forget about the music. I mean, people who say to me, "Do you ever think you get back to music?" No, not for a long time. So forget about it. It's not happening. Pubs are the big problem, for feck's sake. Licking the face off people when they're drunk. Stephen Cord is saying, yeah, I mean, when you're in the pubs and you get the people and they're putting their arm around you going, "I go on, just do Oasis for us there," you know.
Yeah. And so I said it when the pubs opened back up before Christmas, and I found myself doing, you know what I mean? Like, so I can't lie. I mean, I've seen people when the pubs opened back up that I hadn't seen actually in over a year or so.
Yeah.
And just people that wouldn't have drank where I would normally drink, and I was drinking in a different pub, so I met up with loads of people that I hadn't seen. And like that, the most natural thing for you to do when you haven't seen anybody is to give them a hug. Or when they came to say, "Oh, Gracie, and how are you?" And I was like, "Oh, how are you?" And then, like 2 seconds later, I was like, "You fucking dope. What did you hug them for?" Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so, and a few gargles, that's exactly what people would be doing. So.
No, I don't know. I've really been trying. I've been really good. I've been trying my best anyway. I haven't really been. I've been really here. The furthest I've really gone is the shops, or I've done a couple of walks, but I've been in the house. And that's not good for your mind, you know what I mean? Let me see.
No.
Deco Carty's saying, "We'll all do a big COVID gig." Yeah, Deco would say that, wouldn't he? But isn't that ironic? Because we used to do, like, the music industry always came to the rescue for raising money for if there was something wrong on the earth, no matter what it was, whether it was hunger or to raise money for
benefit nights for anyone.
Somebody got blown to bits. Yeah, they'd raise money for, like, say, a bomb that went off Jordan. All that sort of stuff. So they'd be raising money for, like, we'd come to the rescue. But with this going on, there's just no rescue for anybody.
No.
There's just no rescue.
And as I said, it's not just Ireland. It's not just Dublin.
It's the
not
world.
It's all over the world.
It's the globe. People go, open up Ireland, open up. It's the globe. It's the world. It's not just where you live in Wexford.
The only thing that I will say that I disagree with is it's the way they're doing it. It does some of the stuff just, and that's why people, I think,
some of the stuff I'm going to agree with you there is a complete slap in the chops, because it just, when it doesn't make sense, or
it doesn't
common
make sense.
Yeah,
that's why I think people get so frustrated with stuff, because it's the way that they're doing it. It's ridiculous, the places that can open and then can't open. It doesn't make sense.
No,
what they can sell, what they can't sell. I mean, how anybody can say that, like, hold on a second, that little shite is up to run on the telly. What was I going to say to you? No, there was something I was going to say to you. Oh yeah, when you go into a shop, like what you can, I mean, clothes are essential. It's fucking freezing cold out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You need to go out and buy a coat, you need to buy socks, jocks, whatever it is.
Everyone's going around with 3 and 4 holes in their jocks now at this stage, and 40 million pairs of the same socks washed and rewashed and washed and washed. Yeah, the only thing that's doing well is the online shopping.
I was going to say that, yeah. And then you see as well, I mean, people that have kids and all, even on Facebook, all of them on Marketplace and all, and they're charging mad money for kids stuff and all, and over the top. They're buying them from fucking Turkey for like a tenner a bleeding pair, and then they're selling them for 50 quid.
That's I can understand that. Yeah, they probably send that way all over the odds, but they have to make a few bob. So I don't. I understand where you're coming from as well.
No, I get that, but what I'm saying is, like, I mean, you can just buy the real stuff online, you know what I mean, and you can pay whatever you pay, you know what I mean?
But buy it yourself in Turkey.
They balls and steel, like, you know what I mean? And that's the other thing. I know you have to make a few quid, like, but I mean, there's still people out there extorting money from people. They know what they're doing at this time of year when people are around the shit.
Okay, the other thing that doesn't help, right, is we're getting a double slap in the chops with Brexit over here now at the moment, so that's not going to help things. You can see the shops if you go into the likes of Deals or Tesco,
all them that bring the stuff in from England.
The shelves are empty. If you go to buy something on Amazon, you have to pay the handling charges and stuff. So the way around that is to go on to Amazon Germany, because that's a European country, so
they send them over.
Yeah, so you have to buy in another European country and avoid the UK because otherwise you have to pay your VAT, your custom and excise, handling charges and all that sort of stuff that goes with it. So that's what comes with that. So that's not going to help. So the other thing that's going to come then after all of this is just going to be a big slap in the face recession.
Oh, big time.
You know,
like we haven't seen the worst of it. This is bad now, but wait till you see what's to come.
It'd be like World War One when they have an egg between the whole family and a little kind of scoop of butter. I mean, if you have land somewhere, now is the time to put a big wall around it or a fence, get a load of chickens and a couple of cows and lock up.
Shit, I should go back to living in the country when I had me chickens and all me crap.
So what do you reckon's next? We don't know what's next after this.
I hope to God I don't ever have to live through anything like this. But I don't know whether you've seen the video that I shared earlier on. It's about like grandparents and parents that grew up like in the early 1900s. You know what I mean? And it was
the war and all, and did nothing.
Yeah, everything that they lived through. You know, so I think this is nothing compared to what some of them have went through. You know what I mean? And they've come out stronger at the end. So hopefully.
You still have your house, you have your shopping, you have your Netflix, the house is warm, the lights are on, that the government's throwing you a few bob. But imagine if everyone goes down and they go to get their few bob and it's not there. Jesus, imagine what would happen. But if there was no money left, if there was no money left in the kitty.
It's frightening.
Oh.
It is frightening, you know what I mean? I understand everybody has mortgages, bills, rents, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
You know, everybody is the same. So, you know, it's not just one direct person. You know what I mean? Everyone is the same.
How long can it go on for us, as you?
As it is, can you see an end to it at the moment?
No, there's not an end. It's actually worse at the moment. It's at its peak at the moment. And if it peaks out any more than this, a lot of people, I'd seen one girl on Facebook now having a little bit of a breakdown, and I can't blame her, like just feeling claustrophobic in the house now at this point, say, sitting in with the kids. And
do you know what I think, though, a huge mistake as well, I think that they did make was, you know, kind of announcing that there was going to be a vaccine, because I think as well a lot of people that thought it's going to be a vaccine now, so we just take that and everything will be grand.
No. So they can be all get vaccinated. They reckon it'll be September. So
yeah. And then again, you see some people can't take it. I mean, my Declan can't take it because he's allergic to penicillin.
Yeah, I heard some people can't take it. Yeah, so what do you do?
Yeah, and then people that are asthmatic can't take it, and there's a few different. I mean, you think people that were asthmatic would be kind of a priority for a vaccine, considering, you know, it does damage to your breathing and everything. You know, so it's look, as I said to you, there's not enough research and there's not enough evidence. It's the same as the vaccine. You know, they don't know enough about the virus, let alone the vaccine. So only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Well, listen.
Right, Anton.
Well,
I'll let you go.
Thanks very much, Grace, for coming on.
Right, go on, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. That's Grace.
Bye.
Thanks, Grace.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. That's Grace. Thanks, Grace, for giving us a call on that. There we go. So you can find this on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And you can donate to the PayPal or to Revolut for the show, for the likes of streaming and stuff, all that sort of stuff. And if you want to call the show, you certainly can. I mean, thanks to Grace for giving us a call. That's the number there, 087 168 4468. If you want to give me a bell on the show, you can. I'll also put up my other number as well. I'll put the two numbers up. I'll throw them down the bottom of the page in case if anyone's like Grace probably she was on that line there, so you could probably got, you know, one or two other people probably would have came on. There we go. So I'll put up. So the other number will be on the bottom of the screen there as well, so you can call both telephone numbers if you want. Jade Mooney, come and see the flights. Yeah. Reply to Jade Mooney. Delighted for you. Stay there. It's freezing over here. Yeah. My brother Kevin's over there. Jade Mooney's over there in Lanzarote, and they're all over there. Marie Butler, well done, Grace, for coming on. Yeah, thanks very much for coming on. Jeremy Quillen, Anto, am I right by saying there is going to be 5 strains of the virus? We are now on our 3rd strain. I've heard that somewhere. Yeah, that's true, Jer. There is 3 new variant strains plus the what do you call ordinary COVID, does see. And so there's the South American, there's South America, Brazil, and what was the other one? I can't think of the other one, but there is 3, as well as the ordinary one as well. Yeah, so I mean, if you want, you can give me a bell on the phone there if you want to give me a show. James Moore, hey Anto, people working from home and they're working in the on the kitchen table. I have what they want. It's all very hard for people, but I have a great little system. So James, you have to tell us more about your system. What is your system? What is your system? Do it on the floor? No, I don't know. Yeah, you can. Yeah. So you have a great little system. People are working. Reply to George Tierney. All good, George. Let us know when you're ready. So we're going to get George. Anne Doyle there at the African. Yeah, there is the African one as well. I couldn't think of it yet. So there is 3 new variants of the COVID that we know of, as well as what we'll call for now the ordinary COVID. We'll just call it that just for now. So there is, yeah, you're right, Jared. There's 4 types, and possibly you're saying 5 strains. Well, I know there's 4 anyway that we're told of, you know. So yeah, so nobody is going anywhere just yet. But by the way, you can share this on your page, and you can find us both on YouTube and on Facebook, streaming live on both at the same time. You can also donate to the show on PayPal or on Revolut on the second number there, 087 264 3356. If you want to donate to the show for all our streaming and stuff like that there in the background. Hello, Suzanne Brown. How's it going? I know you were on your travels with your dad today, doing a lot of deliveries of stuff that's needed all around the country. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed your day out doing that with your dad, giving him a dig out. Who else we got there? Yeah, so to say, yeah, I mean, there is nothing we could do at this moment in time. Are you going to get the jab? And then they say you can't travel without getting the jab. And then if the people are allergic do the jab and they don't get it, can they go anywhere? See, there's lots of unanswered questions now at this stage, isn't there, really? Yeah, there is. So, yeah, I mean, give me a bell. Did anyone see the Sky report and that man on the TV? I mean, you can let me know there. Place the number 087 168 4468. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. So you can call me on that number if you want it, and let me know what the story is. We have some great special guests coming up next week. We're going to do our best. We have a couple of people coming on the show. I'm going to tell you a bit more about those. I have it back here. I'm just going down back through my messages. I have Stevie Carroll there in the background. Boy, aren't they going there to enjoy a beer? Jade is going off. She's over there in Lanzarote. She's going off to enjoy a beer. Nice linking in. Thanks, Jade, for dropping by. You never know, you might see us there in the not too distant future. I hope so. Tell me brother Kevin I said hello over there in the lands of the Rotte. Oh, yes, you may as well snooze yourselves over there. Thanks for dropping in. Jesus, 40 minutes on the phone. Tune the ears off you. Sure, look, hey, Grace. It all made sense. So you were just letting us know because you were the one in the hospital that had the COVID and you were able to tell us all about it. Live to tell the tale. I mean, that's what we wanted. We wanted people to ring in and tell us if you've had it. If you've had it, I mean, you can give me a call, or if you've had it really, really bad, how bad, and are you still suffering any, ill effects. There's the number there, 087 168 4468. Give me a bell. Okay, so I know now next week we're gonna try and get George Tierney on the show. We had great fun with George. George is a great pool player. Also, he has a love-hate relationship with his fans or competitors, or mixed together both. So we're gonna have Randy Santel. He's the founder and owner of foodchallenges.com. Okay, so foodchallenges.com. Randy has now won over 872 food challenges in all 50 states in the US, plus 37 unique countries around the world. And then we're going to also have celebrity chef Paul Travio. He's based down in Kerry. He has his own program on Virgin TV or TV3, whatever you want to call it. He has his own cookery show on there. He's going to be coming on and having a chat with us as well after that as well. So we're going to be we're announcing that. I think it's we're going to tell you what day it is. I think it's probably next is it Wednesday? I'm not too sure. Steve is probably telling me what day he has the two lads lined up for. We're going to get them on the show as well as George Tierney. So we've some cracking stuff coming up on the show, and then we're going to dedicate a whole 2-hour show to comedy legend Brendan Grace. We're going to do a tribute special to Brendan here on the show, and we're going to have his daughter and his son-in-law on the. We're going to have them here on the show, so we're looking forward to all that. So there's some great stuff coming up on the show as of next week. Stevie Carroll is in the background there working on all these things. So would you be able to eat what those people could eat? Imagine some of the stuff that they have these food challenges where they have a burger. It's probably bigger than yourself, and you have to try and eat the whole thing. So imagine going in for those type of competitions, and God, how you feel after eating something like that. So there is some great stuff coming up on the shows next week. It'd be really interesting to drop in and have a look. George Tierney part 2, so that's coming up. He's the top pool and money match player. So we had great crack when we had those guys here on the show the last time. We really did. So that's all coming up on next week's show. So there's a great lineup coming up. Let me see. Yeah. So Jeremy Quillen. Yeah. They're all replying to one another there. That's great. Okay, yeah. So yeah, and don't forget to share it on your page on YouTube or Facebook. So next week, so all those are going to be coming up on the show, and it's going to be great crack. It's going to be good fun, and you've not to miss it. But yeah, the last Friday and the Friday before, we done a kind of a sing-song sort of thing here on the show, and that's kind of not really what I wanted the show to be all about. You know what I mean? Maybe we keep the singing for a separate night, or maybe we won't bring it to the Walker Talker show. I'm not too sure, really. Yeah, a lot of people ask for different things going on, especially on a Friday night. But the only thing is, when we use a lot of music, Facebook don't like it. They don't like the copyright stuff. Even when I put up my own music, because it's it would be my music and it's registered to me, but because it's registered through a company, they would automatically see it as using copyrighted material, not knowing that it's mine. You know what I mean? So they still kind of try to block you. You know, you have to kind of fight with them on it if you use only your own music. And they say, no, it's mine. Put it back up. It's mine. I have the rights to use all this if you use your own music. That's the only way you win. But yeah, I mean, if there's something you want to tell us, or what you think of, if anyone see the Sky Report or what's going on, if anyone had the COVID, and what's the aftermath like? Are you still suffering to breathe and stuff like that? Or if you have any stories to tell us about anything like that, you can let me know. And you can ring us in here on the show, 087 168 4468. Yeah. Yeah. So, like, I know all the younger ones, all the younger kids, like, just kind of get on with it. But how do you... It's hard to lock up the teenagers, you know what I mean? It's a 6 one half than dozen of the other. Now, I'm going to be honest, my daughter is 16 now next week, and my youngest, she's my youngest. And being honest, she doesn't really go anywhere. Her and her friend are kind of in their same bubble. They just go from their house to our house, and that's it. That's the bubble. And but when you see loads and loads of young teenagers together, well, you know, mums and dads, you know, somebody has to bring it back from somewhere. So maybe if the teenagers hasn't got it, and you're starting to look a bit green around the gills, well then, you know, you have to look to where it's coming from, you know. We have David Nichols. How's it going, David?
Hello, Anton.
Ah, Jesus, the show wouldn't be the same without you. How's your dogs and your cats?
Well, not too bad.
Ah, good. And what have you been doing on this fine cold evening?
Well, there's not much I can do.
There's nothing much you can do. You're not out walking the dogs in the cold and the frost.
But it's this. You wrap up well.
You walked them?
Got to have to walk them.
All right, so you did walk them today, did you?
I was walking 4 or 5 times a day.
5 times a day? I'd say your dogs are suicidal. I'm probably going, for Jesus, not again. Not again. He's bringing us out again.
Have a question to ask you.
Yeah, go on, ask me the question.
I was late coming on because I had to charge up me tablet a bit.
You go ahead, ask me the question.
Well, it's more like a query.
A query,
At
okay.
the bottom of your screen, you have 2 numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One is the main one. You have another to go with it.
I have another one now as well, my other number, yeah.
You're mad.
I have. I'm a man of many numbers. There's 2 numbers now. Yeah, I have 2 numbers there for tonight, because you can donate. If you can Revolut, you can make a donate to that number there, 087 264 3356. And what we do is we use the money for streaming. It's because we use
more or less for your whiskey.
To keep our show alive, you know, because it costs us money to stream the show. So we stream it onto different platforms.
Well, even you could stream for anyone that has WhatsApp even.
WhatsApp.
That's a link to stream it.
Yeah, I mean they can share it here and that, but we still have to keep the show alive. And then Steve Carroll, you know, he's producing the show. I have to buy him a Big Mac meal every week. Is that right, Stevie? I have to buy Stevie a Big Mac meal every week.
Well, I'd say the Brendan Grace thing will be interesting.
Yeah, Brendan Grace will be interesting. I had to start her on the show. I have to say, it was one of the best interviews. I really enjoyed talking to her. And
there's one thing that stands out from.
Yeah.
When he had the cameo appearance in Father Ted.
He what?
He had a cameo appearance in Father Ted.
Oh, a cameo appearance on Father Ted. Ah, Janie, Father
If
Ted.
you look her up on YouTube, Father Clinton's
That's right, yeah, that's right. I remember that one. For Father Ted was brilliant. It was way ahead of its time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was good.
Ah, yeah, and they're playing hide
That
and
was very
seek.
funny.
They're playing hide and seek in a caravan, a 2-bed caravan. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah, drop it.
Graham Norton.
Steve Carroll said, I only got him pot noodles last week. I never got him a Big Mac meal. Got him a pot noodle.
Hot noodles.
Well, that's what happens. We were on our uppers, as me ma used to say. On your uppers.
Right.
On your uppers means there's no soles in your shoes. It means we were scamming and we were on rations. We were on rations. Stevie Carroll is producing the show there now at the minute. I had to get him his Big Mac meal so we can produce the show. So you can
There's
do.
really a man. He
Who?
used to wear I shot JR.
I shot JR. Oh, you're talking about Rod Stewart.
No.
No. I shot
I'm talking
JR.
about what's his name? Pat Short.
Oh, Pat Short.
He was also on Father Ted.
He was, yeah. There was loads of them. Graham Norton, that's where he was.
Well, I mentioned him already.
Yeah, they were there. There was loads of them on there. There was on the loads of people made kind of cameo appearances on Father Ted. It was way ahead of its time. We tried to do on when we were doing Ireland's Got Talent. I wrote a piece for the Mini Puppet Pop Stars, and we were to go live with it, and they wouldn't let me do the piece that I wrote, and people wouldn't believe how long it takes to to put something together. I know it's only 3 minutes.
Or even, we all, even when we saw you doing the puppet show, and that was very good.
Yeah, but I had a new piece. I had the way I had the show done, right? This is what I had written, but they said no then. I had George Michael, all you hear is the jacks flushing and the door opening, and George Michael was going to
I
come
can't
out.
say it on air.
So he was going to come out. So then we had, I had 3 nuns coming out.
Right.
And then they said, no, you can't do the George Michael thing, and you can't do anything to do with the clergy.
Speaking of George Michael, I know George Michael's former tribute act. I can't say who the person is.
No, sorry, yeah. What do you say? You're talking about a tribute act, are you?
Yeah.
Ah, no, we were going to do this on Ireland's Got Talent, David.
Oh, yeah, I've already made it, yeah.
Yeah. So how's the dogs? Are the dogs all okay?
The dogs are okay, yeah.
Okay, where are they at the moment?
Well, I have to two down at the yard. I was down with them a few times today.
2 at the yard, right? Where's the other ones?
And then the other 3 here at home.
Oh, the other 3 are at home.
They're all asleep.
They're all asleep. They're in the heat. And the others are down the yard rubbing sticks together, trying to get a spark going. Come on!
They're big stuff. Stray dogs down the yard now.
Ah, yeah. Have they got a big dog box they can sleep in down there?
It's just a local fuel depot area.
Oh, right,
But he's
okay.
a good friend of ours,
And how many
I
cats
can't
have you
say
got?
much.
How many cats have you got now?
My cats.
Yeah. Many cats have you got? You must have loads if you're taking that bleeding long. Why don't you count your fingers?
Yeah.
We're looking for donations for cat food now. You've that many. Have you? How many have you got?
I have 9 cats.
9 cats. No wonder you
That's
took
10
ages
cats.
there. You're counting.
Oh, 9 cats.
John, George.
Nine wallabies.
Right, and are they all down in with the yard with the other dogs?
Yeah. Because I have to
Oh,
put the
right, so
dogs in.
they're kind of wild cats, Eddie.
And then all the cats appear then,
Right, and so you throw them all a little bit of food down there to keep the rats out.
You should get a brain buster night in your
Get a what?
A brain buster night.
A brown what? Say that again.
Brain buster.
A brain buster.
Yeah, that's the thing you used to do.
Oh, the show that I used to do. Yeah, the brain box screen quiz. Yeah.
It's brain box teasers,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I might do that actually. A lot of people seem to like that they did. We could do that again.
Yeah.
But
You
David,
know, saying your catchphrase. If you know
I'll let you know when I'm doing that again. But thanks very much for popping on, David.
Yeah, okay, I'll let you carry on. Right?
Talk to you
Sorry
soon.
for being locking on late.
Keep on rocking. We'll keep on rocking in the real world.
Right, I'll don't stay off the whiskey.
No, I think I might. See you then. Go on. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye. There we go. Well, David gives us a call all the time. He always calls in the show. Gives us a quick 5-minute call. But sure, why not? Sure, you may as well. But look, you can call in as well on 087-168-4468. Give me a shout in on that. Yeah, why not? Give me a shout. The two numbers are coming up there on the bottom of your screen, so you can call me on both of the numbers. So my name's Anthony Walker, and you're on the Walker Talker Chat Show, where you can give us a bell and talk about anything that you want to talk about. So we have loads of special guests coming up next week, and so there's a few guys coming on that. I'm actually, the people that we have on next week, it's going to be a great few shows next week. So Stevie Carroll, it's a Big Mac. We're going to McDonald's next week. Somebody might make a donation to the PayPal or to the Revolut. The Revolut, if you want to make any sort of donation to the Revolut, you can. It's 087-264-3356, and that's we use all that just for running our show. Basically, that's all we do. We run our show, so we use it for all our streaming and stuff, all that sort of stuff. But yes, so I must give me a mama ring. I haven't given her a ring Well, last time I rang her live on the show, and she was going, "Oh, I'm on the show now, am I?" Yeah, my mum, I always used to slag her about doing the coke, she can't coke. She can't coke now. My ma'd kill you with a coking. Yeah. I don't know how I survived. I think I was 10 till I left the house. I was very 10. I think. Could have been, yeah. Till I was about 18. My ma'd kill me. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with you. Jeez. I was like a rake. Yeah. Who else's mammies couldn't? Can your mammies cook? My mammy killed me. I always tell her she can't cook. She can kill you. She'd be down there running it, take a chicken out of the freezer and stick her under the tap, hanging on, just making a curry. Yeah, that's right, man. I ain't eating that. Taking you back a little bit in time. Yeah. You love your food, buddy. Yeah. Jerry McQuillan down there. Jared's an old, but an old chef connoisseur there himself. He's down in Bohr, down there in Offaly. He'd be putting up all his dindins and all that sort of thing, and he'd just be teasing us with his roast potatoes and his cream potatoes and his custard pie, custard and apple. Yeah, he makes all those custard apple pies. And stop. Have me here sitting here licking me eyebrows now at the moment, thinking about, apple cake. But lovely. I enjoyed over the Christmas now. I enjoyed the old mince pies. The old mince pies go down great. And an old cup of coffee with a couple of big spoonfuls of whipped cream in there. It's the only way to keep you right. Or do you know what I haven't had in a while? I might actually make that. An Irish whiskey. Isn't that that's what, coffee, whiskey and cream. Is that right? Isn't that the full making of an Irish coffee? Have I got that right? If you know the full making, just tell me. And there's a bit of sugar in there as well. And a few cloves, isn't it? Isn't that an Irish coffee? Send it in to me. If you know the full making of an Irish coffee, send it in to me. I'll probably make one of them now later on. That actually sounds lovely. I'll be roasty toasty now. Do you know what I've been watching on the telly? I've been watching it there. I've been watching I didn't think I'd be interested in it, but it's a little bit slow moving at the beginning. I've been Netflixing myself to death. I start watching The Crown. Yeah, about the royal family, all the episodes and all about the Queen and stuff like that. And I went to start watching it, but now they go right back to the very, very beginning, right to I think Jesus was knocking around. They went that far back on the show, but they go right back to the Queen's father, the King, and all the way up. So I've been watching that. So I'm kind of seeing how that's going. I haven't got to the Lady Diana bit or anything like that. So I'm watching that. I don't know. Is it good as it gets better? James Moore, I had 2 today. Yeah, big up all night, you James. Feck you anyway. You made them in the gaff, did you? You have to tell me now. I have the Jameson in the gaff. Cloves in a hot whiskey. And Doyle, cloves in a hot whiskey. I don't know. You do throw cloves in a hot whiskey, don't you? What's the making? Who knows the whole thing? Deborah Kelly, send one down to us, and when you make it, Deborah. No, Deborah, send one up to me. You can make it and send it up to me. You know, yeah, sure you can. I mean, if you want to tell me how to make it, I'm going to make one now when I finish the show. Ask Jenny; she makes lovely ones. Jenny, does she? Oh, yeah. Somebody ring me in. Tell me how to make this. I want to make sure I make it. I'm going to make this after the show. I'll send you pictures of it. I'll put it up on our show. So, now, what's your favourite drink when you're sitting down now to watch the old telly tonight? What is your favourite drink? What is your bail onto? Loads of people like the wicket. Isn't the wicket the big thing in the blue wicket? And then the other thing then would be vodka, gin, pink gin. And then after that would we be right by saying Budweiser. Grace Deco Carty, Baileys. There's no Baileys in an Irish coffee. No. Grace, that's not an Irish coffee. I don't think so. Baileys, brandy, Tia Maria in a coffee with cream on top. Whopper. Alright, that's not an Irish coffee, but it is a drink that you've come up with, Grace. Baileys, brandy, Tia Maria, coffee. It's kind of like a Black Russian on crack. That's what that is. Oh, Jesus, you're making me want to go for it there now. Now, Baileys, brandy, Tia Maria, coffee with cream on top. Whopper. Marie Butler, cider. So you sit down and drink cider watching the old telly. Wow, Deborah Kelly replying. She's replying. We send you up a few. Yeah, send us up a couple of the hot whiskies there. Wake you up in the morning, but not good at night. That's what I want, James. I wanted to knock me out. I had a few too many whiskies there last night. Now I did. I went to bed at 4. 4 is what's that? Satzenbrau, Lena Ward. Lena, the old Satzenbrau. That's a lot of people drink that. That's the old German. I used to love that. My ma used to drink that all the time. The old Satzenbrau. And the reason why people drink the old Satzenbrau, it's supposed to be, it's a pills. It's called pills. And the reason why people drink that is because it hasn't got sugar in it, and it's supposed to be good for you if you're on dash. And not only that, it'll blow the head off you. It's fairly strong. Something like that. So Satzenbrau, yeah. So once it's had a few cans of Satzenbrau, the old brown tin, isn't it? It's kind of a little crest on a little eagle or something like that. Now, yeah, getting the gill here. Now, give me some of the gill here. Stop it. It's a pack of shites. Try a shooter. Okay. So a vodka, Malibu, and Baileys with crushed ice. Orgasmic. Jeez, if it's going to give me an orgasm, I think I'll have one of them. I think I'll have 2 or 3. So try a shooter. So vodka, okay. Do I have Malibu? I don't think I have Malibu. You just feck that up now. Do I have Baileys? Yeah, I think I might have Baileys and vodka. Might have that. I don't have the Malibu. I don't think so. I'll have a look. I'll root that out now. So take a note of these things now. Like, so yeah, so that's called a shooter. Marie, but a Black Russian too. Love them. Oh yeah, I used to drink them all the time. They used to cost me a bleeding fortune. I used to go out and drink them. Remember, Lena Ward saying low calorie and they'll laugh out loud. Yeah, I knew there was this. That's why you were drinking the old Satzenbrau, watching the weight. You know, it's like all the women or the fellas that are people that go into the chippers, isn't it? At night, say, give us a 2 quarter pounders, battered sausage, 7 chips, a kebab, and a Diet Coke. Yeah. The only reason now I do go, I'm gonna put my hand up to that one. Like I always say, can I get a Coke Zero? And the reason why I do say get a Coke Zero is because when you're drinking the ordinary Coke, you can actually taste like the gallons of sugar that's in it. There's loads of sugar in it, so it's really sweet. So if you over my shoulder there, see there, it says Coke Zero. So I'm on the 0. Yeah. What else have you got for me? Hey, I had to say hello to Grace and Deco. Missing the singing, not the same from the house. Hope you're all well. That's Olivia there, Olivia Draper. Yeah, I know how you feel. Oh, I'm missing the music as well. Terrible. I miss singing. I miss looking at it. I miss going to it. I miss being there. I miss all them things. I miss just going out. Pernod and Black. Oh, Grace, now you're talking. Pernod and Black. Yeah. Pernod and Red as well. Just Pernod full stop. Yes. Oh yeah, Perno. Yeah, that's a good one. You have me thinking now here. Jared McQuillan, a hot whiskey, heat the glass, 1 sugar, a shot of whiskey, topped up with water. Stick cloves into it, a slice of lemon, and add it into a glass. Sorted. Jared, you're a gent. I'm gonna give that a try actually. So hot whiskey, heat the glass, 1 sugar, a shot of whiskey, a lot of whiskey or a shot of whiskey. I don't mind, Jerry. Whatever one comes, stick cloves into it. A slice of lemon. Slice of lemon. Do you have a slice of lemon in the whiskey? I don't know. I'll give it a shot anyway. It won't bother me. Yeah, I'll give that a bash. Yeah. Ooh. What else do you all drink when you're out sitting there watching the old telly? And what is good? What is a good movie? And because I want to, check out a couple of good movies on the Southern Comfort with red lemonade. Yeah, I'll agree to that one. That is a nice one. Or the Southern Comfort with white lemonade. Either one. It's still lovely. Two of them are gorgeous. Or I had a pina colada when I was over in Santa Pons. It was gorgeous. Noreen Francis, how is it going, Noreen Francis Bradley? How are you? How are you doing? You're very welcome on board. We're talking about what you're going to be sitting now. At this stage, we've had loads of talks, but at this stage, we're talking about what are we going to drink now when we're sitting down to watch the telly. Now in a couple of minutes, we're all going to be sitting down and we're going to watch a movie, or we'll watch. I'm about to be watching The Crown on Netflix, and then I'm just saying what would be nice to have. Like a hot whiskey sounds lovely. I had the pina colada over in Spain. It was gorgeous. Sex on the Beach, actually lovely as well. Captain Morgan Club Orange, lovely. Willie Bourne. You know what? You're right. It is lovely. But for some reason, when I drink the Captain Morgans, I get the hangover from fucking hell. Yeah, me and Captain Morgans don't like each other like in here. I like the taste of it. It's a lovely drink and stuff like that. I remember down the Shilling, you get a Captain Morgan, a big pint glass. So you get Captain Morgan's and orange for a tenner. It was grand. So you get that into you. It was gorgeous, yeah. Don't forget to put the spoon in the glass. Stop it breaking. A bit of pro at this. James Moore. I like the way you're thinking. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have to put the spoon in so the heat travels up through the spoon. Isn't that right? Something like that. Yeah, so we'll give... Okay, so I'm going to be doing that now when I go in the house. I'm going to make a hot whiskey. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anyone. Marie Butler never had sex on the beach. You should try it. The drink that is, and you can have sex on the beach if you want. It's up to yourself. You're a grown woman. You can just don't go down to Dollymount at the moment. It's fucking freezing. Don't go down there. Yeah, wait till you go away. Maybe get a bit of sunburn on your arse. It won't do you any harm. Let me see. Yeah, Nicola, we'll try one soon again. Yeah, Nicola McMahon is saying to Marie Butler. There we go. They're going to try a few drinks. Yeah, a slow, comfortable screw is nice. Anne Doyle is saying. Now, hang on. Is this going from the drinks? That these were nice drinks up to 2 minutes ago. Now they're getting nasty. A slow, comfortable screw. What? I've heard of that drink though. A slow, comfortable screw. What exactly is in a slow, comfortable screw? Now, I know he's going to say something weird to me. You're going to say, and I'll tell you what's in it. You get into the bed. Yeah, I don't hear that. I want to know what's in that drink. What's in a slow, comfortable screw? If you order that at the bar, what's in it? Jane Bourne, she's saying, my poison antidote is Bacardi, Diet Coke, and loads of ice. Oh, yeah, the Bacardi. The Bacardi is nice. That's my ma's drink. My ma loves the old Bacardi. Yeah, my ma gets that in, And she'd be sitting there years ago. I remember she'd be sitting there, but she'd be watching Chips. Look, yeah, man, the black fella is gorgeous. The fella with the black hair, the kind of Hispanic looking guy drives the motorbike. My ma be sitting there licking the television. Mark, come on, will you stop it? Jesus. Yeah, my ma used to love that program, Chips. Yeah, vodka, wicket, and blue. Yeah, blue wicket and vodka. Yeah, lovely jubbly. No, Anto, that's a cocktail. And Doyle is saying. I know it's a cocktail, and she's saying a slow, comfortable screw is nice. I know it's a cocktail, and that's what I've been talking about. What's in it? What's in the drink? Need a word. If you don't know now, you'll never know. Now, Lena, I'm going off you, Rappy. You're all getting nasty now, because I know what you're doing. You're twisting this. You're twisting these drinks around. I started off we're an Irish coffee, and we've got to this. These are minds are like sewers the air. Yeah, and if you want to give me a call there. That's the number there. Look, 087 168 4468. You can give me a shout here on the show. Do you know harm? Yeah, do you know harm? Give me a shout on here on the show. Yeah, give me a bell. You should try a slippery nipple. Deborah Kelly is saying slippery nipple. Jared McQuillan is saying my dad loved a B&B, Brandy and Baileys. Brandy and Baileys. So it's a B&B. So when you go up to the bar, you go, I'll have a B&B. Right. Either that or he liked going to a B&B after he had a Brandy and Baileys, Jerry, was it? One or the other. Either way, the two of them sound good to me. Jeez, a long time since I was in the B&B. It's a long time since I was anywhere, to be honest with you. Then let me see. Did somebody send me a message here? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I thought somebody sent me a message there, but okay, so I have all that there. Yeah. So what else have we got there? Slow comfortable screw. Yeah, you should try a slippery nipple. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't ever tried a slow comfortable screw with vodka, orange juice, gin, and Gelanio. What the fuck is that? You'd have to be a barman at this stage. I could become a barman with all those mixes there that you're coming up with. Has anyone else watched the Crown? All of it? Does it get better? Because like I've been watching now. I'm on the episode where the characters have just changed, where the Queen has got older. So they've just changed the characters, and that only happened in the beginning of the program last night. And then what else is good to watch? What a good movie! I need a good chuckly laughing movie. I love the movies that I think people like best is True Stories. That Knife Stalker one. Was you all watching that one? Jesus, he was mad. He they couldn't profile him at all because he'd no preference, rhyme or reason to anything. Jesus, he was just so mixed up. It didn't matter if they were young, old, male, female, pink, black, white. He didn't care. They couldn't figure him out. Noreen Francis Bradley, it's great. Is it great? Oh yes. All these drinks sound lovely. I've been knocking myself out with whiskey. What's this? A port star, is it? Or a porn star, Ann Doyle? Port. You have port star. Must be a porn star, is it? I don't know. What else we got there? Team Maria, put it. Yeah, I'm just looking at all these different ones. So these are all a bunch of alcoholics. That's what's wrong. These are all bleeding locked watching the show. That's what it is. What are you all drinking now at the moment? I bet you have a drink in your hand. Say you have. Send me a picture of your drink. There's the number there if you want to ring the show. The number's there on the show if you want to give me a bell. A porn star, Anna's saying it is. That's the name of the drink. Can I have a porn star, please? You certainly can. Once it's not a DAD. Yeah, we won't go there. What was I going to say? Sambuca. Oof, Jesus. Grace, you're getting rough there now. Sambuca will. Oh, yeah. Sambuca. And there's that, you can light that as well, isn't it? Me eyes, they're boring out of me face. What's that coming out of your face there, love? Don't worry about it. You'll be grand in the morning. Davy Cow, Guinness is your only man. Do you know what, Davy? You're right there. You can't beat an out Guinness. That's the one thing I have to say. I was missing at the first whole start of the year. I was missing a nice fresh Guinness. Now I don't know what's going on. I think I'm getting institutionalised at this particular moment. A Jaeger bomb. Oh, jeez. I had Jaeger bombs. I had a fair few Jaeger bombs. I remember when I had me stags out in it was out in Malahide, and somebody gave me a pint of Jägermeister, and I think I got through most of it because after that it was just zero. I don't remember nothing. Nothing. No, nothing. It was all just gone. Yeah, I don't remember anything. Let me see. Hang on. Deborah Kelly, what's she saying? Try the best. Try a best whiskey sour. What's it mean? Try a best whiskey sour. Paul drinking tea. Try a best whiskey sour. What does that mean? Is that the name of a whiskey? Best whiskey sour. Am I going out with tits here? Try a best whiskey sour. Sour, best whiskey sour. I don't know what that is. Hang on a second. I'm going to disappear out of sight for a second. I'll just let everything fall there for a minute and I went. There we go. We'll just settle down. Get the goggles on there for mixing. Mixing the alcoholic beverages. What have we got? Here. He's a driving me mad drink. I was going to hold off till the weekend, but I'm cracking open a bottle. Cheers, you bunch of alcoholics. That's what I like to hear. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, he was nuts, Anto. Who was? Better go back to that. Jaeger bomb. It's a shot. No, well, I didn't have a shot of Jaeger bomb. I had the entire pint of Jaeger bomb. It was made up for me. Coke Zero. That's what you're drinking. Coke Zero at the moment. Marie Butler, Coke Zero. It's very bland, isn't it? Earlier on, you said it's cider. She's probably locked. Probably locked already. I don't know. I know I like. There's a couple of drinks that I like. All of them. No, I do. I like. Yeah, of course I like whiskey. You all know that now. There's no big secret there. I like the whiskey. I like the Guinness, Carlsberg. Yeah, I'll have the Irish coffee. I'm going to make that now tonight. I think I'll have that. And it's the name of the best whiskey, Deborah Kelly is saying. It's the name of it. Best whiskey sour. Jeez, I never heard of it. I have to get a taste of that. You're gonna have to send me up a bottle of it. Well, hello there. Yes, with my Elton John glass. I don't know where I got these from. It's a little bit funny. Yeah. Put a Malibu with it. A Malibu. You're all a bunch of alcoholics on here. There I was thinking, like, some might come up with it in our bevy. And everyone that's been on the show now is all telling me exactly what to do, how to mix it, how to drink it. It's all alcoholics. You probably all have bars out the back and all that sort of stuff. Who has bars out the back with the Guinness on the draft? Say Davy Keogh was one of them. He has a keg set up there in the... yes. Ray Butler. Yeah, I'm up for work. Oh, you're up for work, so you're on the Coke Zero, I see. I understand. Now I get you. You mean on the weekend you have the cider and stuff. Okay, I understand. Jer Willie Bourne. Yup, me. Yup, you have a bar, Jer, do you? He's probably sitting in the bar now. He probably has this on the telly there, sitting there, flaunting it and having a few pints. Peach snaps with pineapple juice. Grace Carty is saying peach snaps. Yeah, I did have that. That is actually all right. That's nice. Yeah, Jerry Willie Bourne. Yes, he has a little bar out the back garden. He's chilling out there. You probably have this stuck up on your TV out in the bar, which you should do. You can stream this onto your TVs and onto your smart tellies and stuff like that. If you have the Chromecast or the smart TV, you can just stream it over from. It's on YouTube and it's on Facebook. Yeah, we can get fancy with that though. So it's on. Here it is. Are you ready? YouTube, which you can subscribe on, and we're live on Facebook at the same time. So yeah, so you can share this on your Facebook or your YouTubes or wherever you want to share it. And you can call us on the show as well. 087 168 4468. You certainly can. Yes, Grace is replying there to Jared. She's going, yeah, he has a deadly bar. Yeah, well, it's deadly, but we're not in it. That's the problem. We're not in it. We want to be in it. We want to be in your bar, Jared. Yeah, don't worry, Jared. We'll get there one day. Yeah. Who else? Let me see. Now, I'm looking forward. Make sure you tune into next week's show. We have some great people on next week's show. I'm looking forward to all the people that we have on next week. We'll roll them all out again. We'll put up who we have, but whatever you do, don't miss them. There's some really good guests coming on next week's show. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be floating. It's going to be on fire. It's going to be on fire. Let me see. Anytime you want to bring Stevie Carroll with you, I'm not bringing him. He'll only drink the bar dry. We might bring him down, yeah. Let me see. What's this? Deborah Kelly sent me the best whiskey sour. Hang on a second. A best whiskey sour. That's terrible. She's teasing me here now. Teasing me by sending me that picture. Let me see. He's not getting me glasses. A few people are asking me for the glasses. Let me see. I'm going to send you a picture of our. Where's our whiskey? Here it is. Right, you ready? This is our whiskey. Oh yes, look at that. Look at that. With the little stick and all in it. So there we go. Deborah Kelly has sent that me. She just PM'd me that picture over. Tell that Paul fella if he's thinking I'm going to break his fingers, because I want that little cocktail stick thing with what's that in it? Is it that's not an olive, is it? You don't get red olives. It has to be a cherry. Has to be, yeah. So yeah, that looks nice, yeah. Could do one of them, yeah. Stop. You're giving us all the goo now, Deborah. Going off your wrapper. Be in the gaff now, storing up one of them. Going tearing the fridge apart. Do you see any cherries anywhere? I did, yeah. Get the fuck out. Peach snaps, yeah, we have all them. Ooh. Yeah, so next week's show is going to be good. Yeah, we have some great people coming up on the show. I'll go back to I'll just go to where I have all my information. I'll go back down to that now in a second. Screw me through my tight, sha-dooby dooby 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 doo, da dooby 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 doo, da dooby dooby doo. Okay, so next week on our show we have Randy Santel. He's the founder and owner of foodchallenges.com. All right, and so Randy has now won over 872 food challenges in all 50 states in the US, plus 37 unique countries around the world. So he has to eat massive amounts of food. There's races or see if he'll finish all the food on the plate. And that's what this guy does, and he's going to be on the show next week. Check him out. I say he's a big lad. He'd want to be if he's stacking away that food. Then we also going to be joined for the second half. We're going to have celebrity chef, yes, Paul Travio, all the way down. He's down in Kerry. He's a chef. He has his own TV program on Virgin TV or TV3, whatever way you want to look at it. He just be on there doing Paul Travio. He just travels all around the country and cooks out in the wild and all that sort of stuff. He's actually a really nice guy. I like him a lot, and I like some of his dishes, and I like what he's about as well. He was all about his staff and stuff. When the COVID hit, he was more concerned about his staff, which was really good, which attracted me to the guy. So he's going to be on, and then we're also going to have George Tierney. Yeah, part 2. We've had him on the show already. Okay, he's one of the top pool money match players. And all the guys came on as well, and he has a following, and it's both with love and with hate, and they come on in their droves to either slate him or love him, and they come on and they do it in a big way. So make sure you don't miss George Tierney. The last time I couldn't stop laughing for the whole night. I had that much laugh. The phones were on fire. Everything was on fire. The Zoom, the phones, everything was on fire. So there was loads on that. So now I'll go back to them. So don't miss next week's shows. They're all coming up. We're going to tell you what days they're all going to be on. Yeah, so yep, it's a cherry, she says in the glass. James Moore and now the Home Office. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. What's this? George Tierney. Yeah, Tina Doherty loves George Tierney. Well, that's all right, because I think he's top man as well. Night and a great night. Well, I hope he's all had a good night tonight. And I enjoyed talking to you. Now, we're going to have some special guests with us next week, which is going to be great fun, great banter, and great. It's going to be good. It's going to be great skit. So I'm going to see you all again. I'll see you all on Wednesday. See, you never know. We'll let you know when they're coming on, if it's Wednesday, Thursday this week, or if it's next week. We're going to let you know when they're all on. But thanks, everyone, for coming on. Thanks to Grace for coming on and telling us our story as well. And best of luck. And I'll see you all on Wednesday, 8 o'clock. See you then. Love yous loads. Stay safe.